Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here. Today's adventure begins in Buena, California with a piping hot coffee. I may be traversing through a couple of communities down Beach Boulevard. This caffeinated beverage was purchased through the drive-thru here at this Mickey D's, which was home of one of only a couple, maybe even one or two throughout the entire U.S. that had a McThriller, and the sign is still there. That is the focus of this episode. Classic old retro / neon signage around Knott's Berry Farm, which is right over there, just within a few miles. See what I can find. I'm inviting you to join me. A little relics of the past. Oh, that's good. Shall you? If you look past the Pioneer Motel, which they did have some kind of item dangling over the top of it to block it, but Pioneer Motel cannot be stopped. Well, it can because it's been torn down, but the signage is starting to peek through. Way over there is Rock and Brews, which I believe is owned by a couple members from KISS and Medieval Times, and yes, that is the Medieval Times used in The Cable Guy. You can see some of Knott's peeking up over of the building here. I want to focus on this neon that states McThriller. Now they have removed the attraction that was inside, but there used to be it was a very thrilling, it was, what do you call those when it's a simulator called the McThriller. And there weren't many, but there was one here on Beach Boulevard. True story. However, it's very difficult to find any photographs or ride-throughs of the experience. It's been gone a long time. And one of the cross streets is the Westward Wagon Inn, and you have a covered wagon there. This is right across from the theme park. Some accommodations. Yep, that's right, Big the Foot, heading west for a few miles, and then I'll turn around and go back. Oh, that's a golf cart. Here's something you don't see too much of in these days, a pitching area. Home Run Park. When I was younger, I went to quite a few of these, and not here in town, in Florida. I fancied myself as a bit of a baseball player, but in reality, I really wasn't that good. Oh wow, here's a nice little stretch of them near the cross streets of Ball Road and Beach. The Robin Hood Motel. They have flat screen TVs and clean room, free internet. Yeah, look at him up there with his bow and arrow. This isn't the only one. Right next door is the Sahara Motel. They also have TVs, a pool, and the neon is lit up, says vacancy, and there's a globe up top. Yeah, it's a sphere of some sort, like a planet. And adjacent to the Rainbow Inn at 831 looks to be a new Coke machine. It's kind of hidden in the shadows there, but it's not Coca-Cola Classic, it's a new Coke machine, which did not last very long back in the day. Of course, with the popularity of Stranger Things, I think they re-released some of the cans, but that machine is a relic. There's another covered wagon motel right up here next to the Motel Moonlight. There was a little bit of a dip there. Gotta watch my footing as I walk. And it's not just the signage, but the facades are also very impressive in architecture. Oh, there's a bird up there. Hello, bird. Well, I thought you were gonna fly off, but nope, you're just going up to roost a little higher up on that rusted out piece of metal. It's always interesting when HBO is a selling point. You know, back in the day it really was. places that had HBO would kind of draw you off the thoroughfare and make you book a room. In this day and age, I'm not really too sure. Maybe. Walking back, it looks to be lit up from this side, not from the other, but there you can see the lights around the Motel are on. I know in a lot of ways this might seem unimportant or maybe even unexciting, but trust me, this is history, and there will be a time when these do not exist. In fact, quite a bit, I would imagine, have been removed along the stretch of road, just like in other areas all around the country. I've been wanting to do this for a while, document the history here, and I'm finally doing it. That's a good point, Big the Foot. I don't have any personal nostalgia because I didn't grow up around these parts, but I do love Americana and just checking out things that are interesting to me. You may have heard of outdoor flea markets, but this is an indoor swap meet here in Stanton. And I would imagine there are some stories that could be told right inside those doors from the locals. Classic. Those are so much fun when you're young. I don't think my weight would be distributed correctly on those, however, current day. Plenty of pawn shops through here as well. This is like Pawn Shop Row, and there's some a locksmith as well. A lot of pawn shops on this stretch. Former Taco Bell alert. Right over there. The old school style. This one is not retro, but they built it to look retro. Customer parking only on that bent piece of metal. Don't know if that applies because there's probably not any customers. This place has seen better days. However, next door, the motel is still open next to the Jade Palace, and they have cable. That is a beautiful antique right there. That entire thing next to the road. Heading back the other way now, kind of circling back. I just figured out what this reminds me of. Beach Boulevard reminds me of OBT, Orange Blossom Trail in Orlando. Very similar. Low weekly rate, free movies here at the Riviera. Here's another one, another good one. The Tahiti. Nice. Can't be 100% certain, but I feel as if the Venus has been here a long time. Live entertainment, it's a sports lounge. The Venus. Says temporarily closed. The steakhouse is very unique looking. It's located just across the way from the Jade Palace. I was out earlier. Park Ave. Slay's Park Ave, Il Garage? IL Garage? Well, I assume it's a steakhouse. Ah, that's where I got the idea. When I pulled in here, I saw steaks and chops. That neon there probably lights up very beautifully in the evening when they're open. You can kind of see where it says Fabulous on the other side there, kind of tucked away. At this market where checks are, well, checks with an X are cashed. Got an old Western vibe to it. Could have been a payphone here. Yeah, a payphone would have mounted right there. Can't get in. It's all boarded up, obviously, with the little stop icon on the door. Pretty cool looking though. Especially with the sun glistening there next to it. A little sunburst. Just talked to a guy that runs a food truck in that parking lot. He said that they're going to tear that building down in the very near future, according to him. Also approaching this beauty. Yeah, look at that. It's got the arrow circling around, the lights around it. And can't really be in this neighborhood without showing the recreation, the White House down there at Adventure City. And the stump building. It's a building that looks like a tree stump, about 2 or 3 stories tall. It's safe to say, because there's a safe there, safe to say the theming through here is on point, Old West style. That looks to be a newer one as well, but it does have that old school vibe to it, next to the Travel Inn Motel with the jacuzzi room and the Shadow Park Inn. Getting closer to back to Knott's, you have the Calico Motel. Keeping up with the theming and the budget inn. Perfect. I was talking about Americana, and this is the motel. There is it says new. See where it says new there in the corner? That is an untruth. It is not new anymore, but I do like how that was left. The top portion there on the marquee, nothing is written. This is great. And even though it is not available, completely closed off, it looks as if there's some vehicles back there. People are staying here, even though it's not open for business. In fact, the front door is open. This is as far as I'm going to go, however. That's the pool area over there. Check it out, on the West Coast, checkers are called rallies. If you look for the Farrells on Beach, behind that, just 1 block over, is, I'll give you the precise coordinates, Stanton Ave and Corsica Lane. Kevin Smith's Clerks 2 movie's filming location was right back here where these condos apartments now are, with the motel that sits adjacent still here. Now the Buena Park Inn, which can be seen in a couple of moments in the film itself. Nice little side note, this has seen a lot of progression over the years since the last time I paid it a visit. I believe it was an old Burger King that they repurposed and turned into movies. It would have been right back in there. Pretty fun to think about. So if you were on the roof of movies, you could have seen Knott's Soak City property very easily. Right here. Right over there. That's going to do it for today. If you're new here, please subscribe. By doing so helps keep you in the loop. Update on future uploads here on this channel. And if you enjoyed this particular episode, give it a big thumbs up. It lets me know you care. I'll see you in the next video. Vlog is over. You stopped jogging. You were having a little pep in your step there for a moment.